Hello, everybody! Welcome back to our Stacia 2 modded expert Let's Play. We are back in the overworld, which is super exciting. We did have a fun adventure in the Twilight Forest with those past few mini-series episodes, but I think it's time to close the gates on the portal. Yeah, we don't really need to go in there anymore, but we do have this beautiful tree and nice little trophy shrine here to remember our adventures. And I thought it would be kind of cool to make the disappearing blocks around it. So yeah, we went all the way from the Naga all the way to the Hydra. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go do so. I think there's 5 parts, and it was so fun. I really enjoyed it. But yes, now we must move on. And today I would like to continue in our quest line of progression, and I would like to automate well, we have the precision mechanism, but I will be doing something a little different, and then hydraulic engine, Fluxtooth spores, and Soulsteel ingots. So let us jump right into it. Yes, I'm so excited. We are now back in our little underground area, and it feels good. It feels good. I haven't been here for a long time, but I have done some changes. I have gotten rid of all of that stuff that we had here, and all the shafts that were kind of reaching to each other. And I think I'm just going to make those outside windmills decoration because yeah, I'm kind of wanting to do a little more modular of stuff and with steam engines. So we're going to do that, and I went ahead and built the automation for precision mechanism already because you guys have already seen that. And I've kind of gotten to the point in the series where I am lost and I don't know what I'm doing. So I will be using other designs from other people. I will be honest about that. But I thought it would be fun to give them a shout out because I'm not going to take all the credit. I didn't make this design. This design was actually from a guy named Triobian, I believe. Triobian, just like that. So if you want to see how to build it, it's a very simple setup, and he explains it very well. So I'll just show you real quick. Actually, we have to build it first, and then I'll show you. So, yeah, we're going to do the steam engine back here. And the steam engine is a very easy setup to make, and it's creates quite a bit of stress, I have found. And I'm kind of thinking I want to do just small steam engines because you can actually tier these like 1 through 5 or 1 through 4, something like that. So I'm gonna want to go with tier 1 or 2 for these little setups that I'm doing because I want this to all be cut and pastable and potentially modular and increasable in the future. So we're gonna start with a level 1 fluid tank or steam engine today, and basically we're gonna get our fluid tanks and put that down at 2x2, and we're going to get our mechanical pumps here and just connect them to a pipe system that goes into the fluid tank, making sure the arrow is pointing upward. And it's not much more to it than that. I mean, you stick your steam engine right here along with a with a shaft, just like so. And it's the wrong way. There we go. Yeah, you want to make sure it's facing outward like this. And I'm going to grab a clutch, and what the clutch does is it allows me to turn stuff on and off with the redstone signal because I don't really want these things, running 24/7. I feel like that would kind of bog up the area. So we're going to put a clutch within the system here, and then I'm going to grab a rotational speed controller, and this is pretty simple. It's just a precision mechanism and some brass casing. And you kind of just plop that guy down with a large cogwheel on top, and you connect it through the sides, just like so. And that's pretty much it. So once we have this thing rolling, we'll be able to hold down here and change our RPMs, which is very nice. We don't have to do that huge long gear ratio thing anymore. We're just going to stick to speed controllers from now on. So that is nice. So now that we have this, we kind of need this mechanical pump down here to actually work and pump stuff into the fluid tanks. So I'm going to grab some shafts and a cogwheel here, and I'm going to just bring these up onto a vertical gearbox, just like almost so, if it goes the right way. There we go. And then I will place it right here and connect it. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. That's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. And over time, this is going to create enough stress to definitely power this. So maybe over time I can add more of them and, have more automation. So in order to get this thing started, we're actually going to break these two shafts and grab a crank right here. And we are going to just crank it until we hear the steam noise. There we go. Now I can hear it. So then real quick, I'm going to shift click this and then add some shafts. And now this machine, as you can see, is tier 1 and it's generating 2048 stress units, which is it's more than enough for this guy here. But it's, again, like I said, I want it to be increasable. Let's do this. Let's do that. Just a little nicer. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. We're creating 2048 stress, and we have this guy going. So as you can see, if I click this here, it stops this whole thing from moving, just like so. And I want to make this, let's see, let's go 64. Yeah, that's nice. I can turn it up more if I want. I believe that, in the future if I want to go crazy with it. Let's see, 112. That's pretty fast, yeah. Let's see, how high can I go? Around 144. Oh, I crashed it. That's okay. We're going to stick to 64 RPMs because we don't really need more than that at the moment. And if we do any more than that, as you can see, it will just create some issues. So, yes, that will be good for now. And let me get this guy back and running because I messed it up on accident. And there we go. Here he goes. He's back and running. And for this, it's like I said. I'll just show you real quick. I'll throw a couple. Yeah, let's just throw 2 in, and it should just stamp them if I had the right gears in there. If I had enough. Let's go here and here. So there we go. Now it's just making our precision mechanisms really fast and efficiently and putting them in our chest. So there we go. So that's step 1 of our process today. And there we go. We have our little mixer set up here. I've gone and added our steam engine. And the only other thing I did was I added another mechanical pump right here with another cogwheel. And it's kind of a balancing act because you have to do it the timing right with the crank, and you have to make sure it's pumping correctly because this thing is barely getting enough water, as is the basin. So yes, we're just pumping water into the basin, and we'll grab our linked redstone crystals that we need to make and our little mushrooms. And with that said, I'm going to go up real quick and show you guys. While we've been in the Twilight Forest, one of our botany pots have been a little busy creating mushrooms for us, so that's plenty. I think that will keep us going for a long time. Oh, I love those botany pots. They're so useful, and I am glad they're in this pack. Yeah, so we also have our little blaze burner down here, and let me just replace this with some bricks just so it looks nicer. There we go. And you know what? I could just do that. So let's put some coal into here, or some charcoal, because we have infinite charcoal. So let's feed that guy, and then throw 3 in there and 1 in there. Right? Mushrooms, water, redstone? Is that, why is that not working? Oh, there we go. I just didn't have it fast enough. Okay, there we go. And then it drops right into here. So there we go, you guys. We have our flux spores. And to be honest, I'm not really sure what they're used for in the future. But when you go into the quest line here, it does say one of the first mods you should start with is create, right? Creates items will appear in some important places in progression. And I've listed some of those items as you can see above. You will need Soulsteel Ingot to enter Mechanism and Fluxtooth Spores to enter Thermal Series. Okay, so that's what we've done. And you will need Precision Mechanisms to make the Storage Lectern. Already done that as well. And Hydraulic Engine to make RF Tools Machine Frame. That one's going to be huge. And at the bottom here it says I recommend automating them as quickly as you can. So that's what we are doing. We are setting up our foundation for the future. And might I say it's looking very nice. Alright, so I had these connected a minute ago and I had to expand this out just by one block because it was bothering me. It wasn't lined up properly there. And that one little block made a big difference and it wouldn't actually work. So I just disconnected them and kind of had the pipe route a different way. And yeah, it was just on the verge there, so that's good. We got that taken care of. And yes, now we are rocking and rolling once again. I tell you what, this reach here is mighty fine. Look at that. Oh, I love it. There we go. Now we have a secondary mixer set up for the Soulsteel Ingot. However, we are going to need some soul sand dust, and we're going to need to crush some soul sand in a crusher. And I actually got rid of that whole setup over there as well, so we could use a macerator, but I want to play modular here, so I went ahead and built another one. So, yep, same thing down underneath with the steam engine. And this part's kind of ugly. I don't know a better way to do it. I just put a gear shift there to change the rotation. Although I think I could probably just use a regular gearbox, but that's okay. So we have this guy going, just like so, and we'll throw a stack of soul sand in there. And it should just eat that stuff right up, I'd say. Probably, right? I would hope so. It looks like it's doing good. So yeah, we'll let that crush, and the other stuff we need for the soul steel is stuff we already have. So we have the immersive engineering steel already. I know it says thermal integration, but we can make it through immersive engineering. And we have a bunch of apatite already, I believe. So let's get some steel. It's maybe 16 steel and some apatite. Where is it? I just saw it. There we go. 316 should be plenty. And it sounds like he's done. Oh yeah, there we go. Very nice. Eventually, we can pipe this over here, or like run the soul dust over here, but for now, I don't mind just throwing it in. So let's see, mixing, we're gonna need just one of each. So, bam, whoops, not that. Bam, bam, and bam. So we're gonna turn this guy on, and give it some good old fuel here. Some good old charcoal. There we go. Did it not go in? Oh yes, I should probably get rid of... Yeah, this is a disgusting inventory, I know, I'm sorry. There we go. So I should now be able to do it, I believe. There we go. Now it's mixing. Alright, we got our soul steel. I don't know what was going on. It was being a little funky at first. But now that we have one... Let me try that again. Now that we have one, there we go. We can stick it on there and have only that stuff export out instead of all that extra stuff. And yeah, so let's throw some more in here, just like so, and let it mix up for us. And it should just be dropping our soul steel right in here. Perfect. That is amazing. I'm loving this, you guys. I'm really liking this. It feels good. Feels good to be compact. Feels good to be efficient. All good things. And last but not least, we will work on the hydraulic engine. Oh boy, has this taken a minute to make. Four carbon plates, living wood, cured rubber, which is water bucket and vines or dandelions here, and then um, the dense iron plates takes 8 iron plates just to make one. So, and that's just for the machine frame. So we now have the machine frame. Oh, okay. Next step, I'm going to make a fluid extractor because we need some rubber in order to make a microchip tier 2 here. To make the transistor, we will need a piece of plastic. So I'm going with industrial foregoing, and I'm just going to have a fluid extractor. And now that we have our Fluxtooth spores, we can make these redstone servos that is going to help us make this arboreal extractor, which will help us create the the fluid extractor, which I find very nice. It all kind of adds on to itself. And there we go, fluid extractor. Yes, please. That was a long time in the making. I know it was a few seconds for you guys, but it was quite a lot for me. So we are going to continue on and get some rubber going. All right, so this fluid extractor, I believe, is really simple. I think you just set it down, and I could be wrong here. I think you just set a piece of a log in front of it, and without any power, it's going to start getting latex. There we go. Now, I don't really want it to take this long. So I think I will go back home to the pyramid and hook it up to our little power area. All right, so I'm going to come around the back here. I've already placed the fluid extractor and it is receiving power, so that is going to be a lot faster now. And I'll just put a log here and let it extract the fluid. Now all I need is a bucket of this latex here, and I think I can just stick this in here? Yeah. Once I get a full bucket of latex, this bucket will fill, and then I will be able to make the latex processing unit, which will then give us the tiny rubbers. And then those tiny rubbers can be made into one rubber. And all we need is one. All we need is one for this transistor, and then we're good. However, I do want to automate that a little more in the future. But for now, we're just going to get by. Okay, we have our bucket of latex, and now we have our latex processing unit. Yes, we are one step closer to this microchip. Now I believe I can just set this in here, and this thing is going to need water, and it's going to need latex. But now that I have the one bucket in, you can see it will be making a tiny rubber. So I will do this, and actually, you know what? I thought it would take longer than this. This is pretty quick. Right on. Okay. I'm not complaining about that. I thought it would take way longer than that. I thought I was going to be sitting here for an embarrassingly long time. But it looks like I'll probably okay, it's one tiny rubber per 100 millibuckets. So one bucket will give you 10. That's great. That's all we need. We're doing things, you guys. We're doing things. Tiny rubber, tiny rubber. Don't make a joke about the tiny rubber. Oh my goodness, it's happening. Plastic. We've got plastic. Yes. Oh man, can you tell I'm going crazy trying to craft this stuff? Okay, so transistor. There we go. Transistor. And then actually I want to put it in my inventory in case I get a quest. Nothing. Okay. That's fine. And now that we have the transistor, we can make the microchip tier 2. Yes. Okay. So now to make the hydraulic engine, guess what? We need to do this 3 times. So I need to make 2 more of these. Oh, man. And here we have created the same dealio with everything here. So I believe, I haven't tested this. We're going to do this one together. I believe I have everything. So I'm going to get a brass plate first and foremost. And I'm gonna get our microchips here, and then I think I'm gonna need to make a bucket because I am currently using those in the latex processing stuff. So let's see, let's grab some of this, and oh my goodness, I know. Okay, I think I need to pump into that. I think I have discovered we need to pump into the spout. I have put the tank under here, and I'm gonna just put a acacia trapdoor, just like that. And this is kind of just a improv 2 type deal, but let's see if it works. So I'm going to just put this here. There we go. Now we have our electrum in there. Oh man, that one got me. Okay, so let's do this. And first off, we are going to have the deployer with the advanced circuit. So we'll go advanced circuits, and then we'll go microchips, right? And then maybe a brass plate. Will that work? Oh. Alright. So we have an incomplete hydraulic engine. Sweet. Alright. Now I know how that works, because I've never made one of these before, I want to try to replicate what I did over with the precision mechanism area. And I'm not really sure. Whoa. What? Okay, you can make dirt paths with a press. All right. I'm gonna throw that away. So I don't know. Maybe with the same concept here. So we'll shift click so it goes in, and I'll add the incomplete there. So maybe this is how it works. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's throw this back in here. Okay, good. And then it comes back out. Let's see. It should just come back out, right? Of the funnel. Alright, so I have it coming out of here and then going into here. And apparently you can't make an item vault that's longer than 3. So I did something a little janky in the back here. I made it come out of the one block here and into the next block because, yeah, it just doesn't let me do 4 in a row. So I think that would automate it technically. Yeah, there we go, you guys. I think I've done it. And that's it. We have made a hydraulic engine. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, yes, all this processes just for this. I love it. And now we can get this quest unlocked. There we go. So we got some cogwheels, some large cogwheels, some gearboxes. Alright, we have done it. We have automated the precision mechanism hydraulic engine Flux Spore, or Fluxtooth Spore, Soulsteel Ingot. Ah, yes, that is so nice. We have accomplished so much. And you know what, just for fun, we gotta turn all these on. We gotta turn all these on just to look at it, right? In all of its glory. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it, you guys. Oh, man. Yes. And then, if I wanted to, I could copy-paste this with the copy-paste tool eventually, and then just create rows of all this stuff to automate if we if we need to get to that point. But yes, this is so exciting. I do want to have this electrum being pumped out of a foundry eventually, and I do want to upgrade and automate the rubber production as well. But I think we are doing so good, and there is one more thing I want to complete in this episode today, and it's the mechanical crafter. That's right, I want to set it up probably right here, and I want to do a 5x5 if at all possible. And there we go, I believe I have done it. I got 30 rotations per minute on the speed controller with a 5x5 and this configuration. Any bigger than that and I believe it gets overstressed. So I believe eventually we will have to maybe upgrade a little bit, upgrade the steam engine just a little bit, but that's no big deal. We can do that in the future. But as of right now, you guys, we have a fully functioning mechanical crafter. We have a fully functioning hydraulic engine setup, automated, with our crushing wheel, of course. And we have our Fluxtooth Spore and our Soulsteel Ingot set up here, along with our precision mechanism. And I mean, I couldn't ask for better. I'm super excited how this looks and how much further this is going to push us into our series. So I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed today's episode. It's really good to be back and out of the Twilight Forest. I did have fun doing that, but it feels good to get back into the tech and the progression again. So if you guys did enjoy, please like, please leave a comment, and I will see you in the next video.